Hi everybody, Gusinjac here. Today I'm going to be going over the 5 mistakes I see many new build buyers make. Mistake number 1 is not looking at the full lot dimensions. The builder always advertised their lot widths, 32, 38, 52, so on and so forth. They do not advertise their lot depth. So always make sure to get clarification on this, as a property with the same width but a 30% decrease in depth will feel a lot smaller in its backyard and presence than a 100 or 110 foot depth. You'll also notice that your neighbors feel like they're at arm's reach versus having that nice separation between the two. Number 2 is going to be trying to approach the properties on your own, or the new build space on your own. It's a very complex space, and there's many mistakes that you can make that'll cost you tens of thousands of dollars. Please hire a professional, whether it's a lawyer, realtor, someone that'll guide you to the right direction and what to do to make sure you're covered. I've heard from many people having to pay, $20, $30, $40,000 in different charges and different fees that they weren't aware of, and additionally just not protecting themselves, whether it's they decide to omit the lawyer review because they weren't aware that they should do something like this. Now you got to realize this is an 80-page document. You're probably not going to read through it all. The builder's not going to explain every single page of it, so you should have some guidance there. Number 3, understand that when you're visiting a builder, they think their product's the best. So don't necessarily listen to everything that their representative is telling you. Visit at least 3 to 5 builders. Check what's available in the community. Look at the different price ranges. I know you might be limited in price range, but just getting a feel of what that maybe slightly higher price range will offer, or maybe slightly lower price range will offer, you'll kind of get a feel of what the value is with each builder. Number 4, this is the biggest mistake people make. Not knowing how much closing costs are associated with new builds. Things such as blinds, air conditioners, appliances. Just these 3 can add easily $20,000 to $40,000 in additional closing costs on top of your regular closing fees. On top of that, builders have carry-on warranty, and the enrollment is a fee that you have to pay. This can range from $1,600 to $2,000+. That's on top of your regular closing fees. So make sure to budget properly. And for new builds, I generally tend to recommend budgeting about 2 to 4% ideally for your closing costs versus the standard 1.5 to 2%. Number 5, and this is actually quite important, is look at the city planning. Look at the community planning. See what's going to be built where in the community and try to envision how that's going to feel in terms of layout, space, and the general flow of the community. Communities that are built by premium developers, they tend to flow right. There's parks in the right places, there's homes that are laid out in the right places. Whereas some of the cheaper developers that I've seen, you feel like you're in a pack of sardines. There's just as many homes as possible in as little of a space as possible. Additionally, ask for the city map. See where things such as fire hydrants, city lamps, and hydro boxes are placed. A client of mine was buying a new build in the West End, and we had 2 lots available to us that weren't released to the public yet. One lot, which we were going to go for, had the whole 9, which we weren't aware of until I asked for that city map that had the fire hydrant, the city lamp, and the hydro box. The hydro box is that big green box. Fire hydrant, of course, is not ideal because you won't be able to park in front of the home. And then the city lamp is very annoying because if you're at the front of the house, you're just going to have that light beaming into you all night pretty much. The other lot, on the other hand, at the end of the block, had none of that. There is no price difference, but there is huge drawbacks on the resale market as well as just lifestyle. I hope these 5 mistakes helped, and I hope you don't make them. If you're thinking about buying a new build, feel free to reach out, and I'm happy to have a free consultation.